I'm going to teach you how to learn the entire guitar neck and play a great blues solo at the same time, all using one single shape. Check this out. The premise of this video is that you struggle to learn the guitar neck because you are spread too thin. The internet, whoever, has you convinced that you need to know all 5 pentatonic patterns, major, minor scales, modes, cage shapes, triads, arpeggios, bar chords, everything. But the truth is that you don't. And in fact, all of that information is detrimental if none of it's mastered. You have 100 things that you know of, none of which you can do. Imagine if you had one thing that you had mastered. Everything I did in that beginning solo was based on one shape, and the fact that I feel pretty comfortable navigating around that. So if you want to learn how to play the kind of stuff that I was just doing, stick around. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. So here's the secret, and here's the shape. This shape is a triad. It's 5-1-3 of an E chord, and right off the bat, pick your guitar up and play this. It's the same 3 notes as your open E chord, but moved up the octave. Now, a blues has 3 chords. It's got E, A, and B. E7, A7, B7. So I played E, and then I moved to A. And then I moved to B. I played one shape, but I played some riffs, right? Well, all of my licks and ideas and riffs were based on this shape. Let me show you. This is a triad. It's a chord shape. There's also an arpeggio shape. So an arpeggio shape is basically not just the notes you'd strum for rhythm, but all of the notes that are in that chord in a given position. So, check this out. What the heck is that? That is 1, 3, 5, 7, flat 7, because it's the dominant chord, of our E7 at the 7th fret location. And it's all based around this. As we're talking about this, play this. See if you can get that under your fingers. So I didn't just strum E. It's pretty obvious at this point. I played a lick. Here's another one. And I know that seems pretty simple, but that's the point, is like we're just creating little melodies and little lines with the color palette of the arpeggio. Literally any combination of notes. You can do little double stops. 2 notes at a time. So what happens when I go to A? Shape goes up. So do the surrounding arpeggio notes. And I play all the same licks in the new position. And it sounds like I've gone to A. And when I go to B, I go to B. See, that's what's happening. The rhythm player goes, and then I go. It all happens together. So the core of your guitar playing is actually going to be based, at least for what we're doing today, in the rhythm. You've got a chord shape that's based on the rhythm form, the progression that's happening, and then you've got licks that are based off of each of those chords. So how do you practice this, and how do you do exactly what I did? I'm going to give you the steps. Number 1, you learn your chord shape, your triad, and you play rhythm. So we're going to play rhythm along to my little loop that I was playing over before, and we're going to count through the 12-bar blues form. And if you can't do this, don't go ahead. Like, you got to be able to do this. This isn't like, oh, it's boring, skip this. This is the stuff, man. This is the foundation. So here is our E chord. Here's your A. Back to E. B. A. E. B. So I went down to the B, because you can also play that. 4th fret. Same idea. Same chord, same shape. So that's level 1. Can I count the form? Can I play rhythm? Level 2, can I play that arpeggio and pick a couple notes out of it? So maybe, so I have root, flat 7, 5th, root. Can I play that over the chords as they go by? So I got E. Move up to A. E, B, A, E. One lick in all 3 places. Now it's, I'm just playing the same lick, so you say, oh, that's kind of boring. What if you had 2 licks? What if you went between them? What if I went and then 3, 5, 7, 5. Okay, well, can I do that on A and B? And I'll alternate. So I got lick 1, lick 2, lick 1, lick 2, lick 1, lick 2, lick 1, 2. So I'm just playing a couple phrases, but I'm playing them to the chord. And I'm getting so comfortable with this one shape that I'm not drowning. I haven't missed one yet, I haven't gone, where's that B chord? Well, that's only because I didn't move forward until I was sure I could hit the B chord. I just went to A almost, but you get the idea. I haven't missed one yet, Don't move forward until you can do that. You got to play the shape, you got to play rhythm, you got to work that arpeggio onto your fingers and then grab a little lick, right? So we're going to do a couple licks, and your homework is basically going to be these 3 things. Play the chord, play the rhythm, play the lick, and then move that lick to every chord. So here's a couple cool little licks. I really like bending the flat 3rd up to the 3rd. So here's your 3rd. It's a really classic thing to bend that flat 3 up to the 3 and then resolve to the 1. Maybe start with the 5th, flat 3, down to 1. Now you're going to think of licks as intervals. Oh, I really like that 5, flat 3 with a little bendy to the 1. Why? So that when we go to A, 5, flat 3, 1. When I go to B. So I'm going to play the whole blues form, potentially, as a practice, with just one lick. Right now, I'm just going to make sure I can play it on E. Go to A. Go to B. See what I'm saying? So that's a great one. Another one I like that's based on that is you play a little double stop. So you got a little 2-note double stop. You got that flat 3rd bent up to 3rd. Right? Move that to A. B. You get the picture? Any lick you come up with, you can move around. Now you can also add some in-between notes, right? You don't have to just play the arpeggio. For example, in between the 5th note and the 7th is a 6th. And that's a nice little passing tone. You can bend 6 up to 7. Stuff like that. Now I start to put together more complex licks. So I got 6 up to 7. Resolve that. And then that little bendy. Maybe I keep going. Add the little flat 7. So now I have this. That's a pretty cool lick. Let me just play that one right here in the context. Make it a little different the second time. Move it to A. I'm saying here? It doesn't have to be super complicated. It's little tiny snippets that you string together and to get cool licks, and then you just move them around. Now, would I ever really play a solo that was just the same lick 20 times in a row? No. But I'm not going onto that next lick until I got this first one under my fingers, because otherwise I'm not going to remember the first one. I got to learn one, and I got to absolutely nail it and crush it until I'm bored to tears. And then I move on to another one, and I nail it and I crush it until I'm bored to tears. And then another one, and another one. You do 1, 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 licks. By the time you got 20 licks over a 12-bar blues, you're never playing the same thing twice in a row. That makes sense? You're always got something to embellish on, something to play around with. But it comes back to the core of, all we're doing today is playing one dang shape. No patterns, no pentatonic patterns, no modes, no scales, no keys, no blah, blah, blah. All we need to know is that this is E, this is A, this is B. And then we have to follow the form of the blues. Then on top of that, instead of just strumming the chord, we play licks based on each of the chords. And when you string enough different licks together over the course of the form, you kind of come up with something that resembles a solo, a more melodic development, something that's a little bit more interesting. And that's all you got to do. If you can master this and go to a jam night and just play the heck out of one thing, people are going to be blown away. You're not showing them all the stuff you don't know how to do. I'm not showing you all the stuff I don't know how to do. But that's the point. That's how we can learn the neck, is nail one thing at a time. And eventually you learn 1, 2, 3, 10, 100 things. But you come from a place that the goal is not to just have a cursory experience with them, but to actually master them. You will go much farther mastering one thing than knowing of 100 or 1,000. So I'm going to play another solo again, and I'm going to try to fill it with lots of different licks and lots of different cool stuff. And I want you to watch me as if you're sort of seeing behind the curtain. You might not have realized the first time I played, I was playing one shape, but now you know. You're kind of like, you know how the magic trick works. You're seeing behind the curtain. So here we go. I'm going to see if I can play something. See if you can follow. So shape 1. So did you notice, like, I was actually kind of restricted to those positions. Now, the lay person, the non-musician, I don't think they'd ever know. They'd be like, man, that guy's playing everywhere. I kind of am. I'm kind of not. So what do you do next? Well, you do all this stuff, and then you learn another shape, and eventually maybe you have 2, you have 3, but you don't have 100. You don't have 1,000. You don't have every concept. You just master 1 or 2 down the road, and maybe 3. And you just work with those things. So you got your homework. You learn the shape. You play the rhythm. You follow the form. You learn a lick or two. You got some of the licks we talked about. You got the arpeggio pattern. And then you put it on your looper, or you play to the backing track, and you put it into context. So hopefully you got something out of this, and you can see how far you can go with just a little bit, and actually how it's detrimental to have too much. If you want to see other stuff on the channel, let me know in the comments below. I also teach private lessons online, and I'm starting an online group class to talk about stuff just like this. We're going to meet every week, every month, to push your guitar playing forward. So check out the link below if you want to get involved in that and learn a little bit more. But thanks for watching, and go play some blues.